Hey guys, it's ScherBR talking again. Sorry, I just forgot to add the information about the Divine Weapon Summon. There's just two new weapons from this event, and they are related to the Damachi crossover. And these are the weapons from the Hestia and Ace. These are not the artifacts version. These are weapons that you can just use on the game normally, just in any character, not just exclusive to these units. But well, this first two banners are still from the artifacts. You can see here the artifacts are different than the weapon. The weapon shows the number of stars below it, and this artifacts doesn't show this. So you see here is the same stuff from most of the time. You see that it's 1.5 drop rate increase on step 2 and triple drop rate increased on step 3. The first step is still discounted to 3000 gems. But well, let's talk about these weapons here. There are some things that needs to be discussed. And the first thing is just this Hestia knife is a very strong weapon for Japan. Not so strong here for our version of the game right now. Why is that? Well, you see here the status of this weapon are good. You see it crosses the physical attack of 2.1k, less reaching 2.2k. And when we click here on the equipment, we can just click on item list and just weapons collection. Let's just check how much this sword is good compared to First Battle Sword. First Battle Sword is the best status sword in the game so far, and you see it's the same status, around the same stuff. The First Battle Sword is actually a third generation weapon compared to I'm not so sure if it's the second generation weapon. I just call the second generation weapon the weapons that are around 2k or more than that. What happens in Japan, the Hestia weapon was, or call it like the third generation. It's just when the weapons start to get more than 2.5 attack or mag on their status, and that's why they had to be somewhat nerfed for the current version of the game, because we're not that far on any other stuff that we can get right now. So if they release on the same way in Japan, this will just be the best weapon for a long time, and they can't do this because of the balance of the game. But also this word here, the Hestia word, is also a word that you can upgrade to LA. LA, I'm not so sure if it stands for limited edition or anything like that. But it's the next step on evolution for equipment, and you can just call it also 7-star weapons. Well, the increase in damage is very strong, but you need to get this weapon to the max. Not just max limit break, you need to get the action skill to the max as well. You can't just upgrade a weapon without it being max limit break and max action skill. You just can't reach the limited edition version without doing this. So this weapon will stay in the game, not like the characters. And you can just summon later, or if you can just get it to the max right now, you can just try to get it in the future. But there probably won't be any rate up in the future. Just right now, your unique chance to get this to the action skill while there's a rate up for it. But well, there's a rate up for this word, but there's also some other stuff that we need to talk. And let's just get on the drop rates here. Well, when I check here, the chance for either of these weapons here are 1%. But this banner does not have artifacts. So this is a banner exclusive to getting weapons. And well, I just didn't talk yet about Desperate. You see that the two weapons have the same bonus, the 200 plus damage and 225 plus monster horns drops on the event as well. Well, Desperate weapon is different from Hestia knife, but because Hestia knife is just a severe physical damage to all enemies. It's just a damaging weapon. But the Desperate is just like the Schveltlight. It's a short sword as well, and it just increases the abilities of all members and it covers a small amount of HP. It's the same description as the Schveltlight, the same function as the Schveltlight. So people that don't have the Schveltlight have a chance to get it this right now, and the chance is very good if you ask me, because it's the base chance to get this one is 3%. It's 1%. On the third step, you'll be having a 3% chance to get this word. And like it's 11 summons instead of just 10, you have around 1/3% to get at least one of these weapons, or around 66% to get any of these weapons. So what happens here? If you don't have the Schweltolite, this may be a chance for you to get a similar weapon for the same stuff, but it may cost you around 3 or 4 summons. Around, just on average, you'll be having to spend around 10 or 15 or 18k gems. So, well, if you have around 18k gems, it's maybe interesting for you. If you don't have, but you're desperate for a weapon like the Schweltolite, you may just bet your chances here. You can just try to get this word with silver tickets, or just use your first summon. Well, you have to rely on luck. So, well, the same thing happened to Desperate, like I said. It's just the weapon has around the same status as the other one. You see? If it has less attack, it has more of the other stuff. Well, this one has less HP, less physical attack. But does it have better defense? Yeah, he has better defense. This one has 434 physical defense, and this one has a little more, is 451. So that's it. The two weapons have 2 empty slots for free skills, and also Desperate has the same number of uses like the Schweltolite. So hard to tell if it's worth to summon, because these weapons are not that beyond our power. But if you don't have the Schweltolite and you have around 15 or 18k gems around, this may be a good chance for you to get something like the Schweltolite. There will be more other weapons with similar stuff like the Schweltolite, but I'm not so sure if we are close or far from getting them. So thanks. This is the only thing I can say about these weapons. I can say about the damage of the skill of Hestiac Knife, because I can test it right now. I don't know if they will nerf the value or not. It also says severe physical damage to all enemies. Severe is an interesting name because it's the same name. Let me just check here. Who else has severe? Severe, I believe, is the same damage as the Clean Hazard. Yes. You see, Vorpal Shade deals severe physical damage to a single foe. That damage it will be around the same damage as the new weapon from the match event. Let me just explain one more thing. Here. Okay, so the Vorpal Shade is just a single target damage, and the Hestiac Knife deals physical damage to all enemies. So this will probably be a similar damage, but instead of single target will be AoE, and the usage count is 3. Okay, so this will be very good weapon. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm not so sure if the silver is divided on the 3 usage counts instead of the 2 of the Vorpal Shade. What can I just compare? Maybe the silver means the total damage, counting the 3 against the 2 uses of the Vorpal Shade. But that I can just say this because it needs testing. And if this word has the same value as the Vorpal Shade, counting one use by one use, well, this will be better because it has 3 uses and it hits all enemies. Well, I just can't say if this is better right now. We'll have to check. That ends this explanation, people. Just can't say if it's worth right now, but I do believe it's safe to summon. So if you have some gems around to be used, just use it, because this is a good chance to get either a good damage word or a buff type of word. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see each other in the next video.